She made it so very close to the finish line, and she looked stunning, absolutely stunning while doing it. Bring in and come on, Olivia Lux!
Hi, Jaida.
How are you? What's good?
I'm doing so well. I'm here in my studio in Brooklyn, and I'm just living my fantasy.
Well, you look. It's a lovely fantasy, and I am here for you. First of all, you look amazing. The skin looks popping. Your hair looks popping. Your body looks popping. Tell us about what you're wearing today.
I want it to be like the final form of kind of my evolution on Drag Race, and I felt like I did a lot of just exploring my artistry and showing a lot of love and light. And I think of this look as like the ultimate light goddess warrior kind of emerging through the ethereal clouds.
Spilling out. Yes. I feel like it's very weird for you to say like I'm exploring myself in the drag, because you literally have been only doing drag for like at this point like maybe like 2 years, like such a small amount of time. What was it like knowing that you've done drag for such a small amount of time and then competing for Drag Race? Like how did that like affect you?
It was so exciting going into Drag Race with only a year and a half under my belt.
Yeah.
Because it meant that I got to just explore every facet of my artistry. I mean, these challenges that we're going through, maxi challenges, perhaps you've heard of them.
What are those? Whatever they are, they're hard.
Right. They are maxi, my love. And, it's one of those moments where, the challenges are there, and they're there for a reason to push you. And I feel like at the end of it all, it was this amazing moment for me to look back and say, I did this and I completed all these challenges and I did really well. So I was really proud of myself, and I like to think that I made it all the way to the finish line.
Okay, because I mean, literally you did. Now, and that's the real tea. And I think also making it to the finish line and pass is about what you do after the show. Now, although you were sent home, we did get the opportunity to finally hear you say that you were a Divalicious diva. And now the fans want to know exactly how much of a Divalicious diva are you? On like a scale of like a Whitney to a Naretha, maybe.
I recently have come to terms with my love for divas like Mariah Carey.
Okay,
I just think that her energy, I love the idea of just being who you are, being genuinely sweet, but also just like knowing you are fierce and passionate about what you do. So yeah, it's been great kind of like coming into my own. I walked through the workroom doors saying, Olivia Lux is that diva. And I don't think I really knew it in that moment, what I had to give. And Drag Race has shown me that I can be that passionate, fiery diva. And it's been so great kind of learning that throughout the season, so.
Yeah, it's like as much as you give to the show, you also receive a lot in return, including feedback, including praise, and so much, and I guess including a lot of money too, because you bagged a lot of challenges. What was your favorite moment on the show?
My favorite moment, my favorite moment has to be, I really loved performing at the disco. The disco felt like a moment, felt like we were connected. It helped that I won the challenge. The feeling.
to solidify it,
But no, the disco and the chats that we were having before the disco in the mirrors doing our makeup, talking about the importance of POC and LGBTQIA plus the culture is one of those moments that I will always look back and cherish. Who knows? Maybe we'll go back to the disco sometime soon.
Okay. I mean, I think the disco. I don't think we ever have to go to the disco if the disco lives in us.
Right. If you stay disco, you don't got to get disco.
Okay,
right.
If you stay disco, you ain't gotta get disco. But also, you shared this platform with 12 other contestants. Of those other contestants you shared the space with on season 13, who surprised you the most?
Oh, who surprised me the most?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who surprised me the most? I think I have to say, Who surprised me the most? Honestly, everyone. Who surprised me the most? I think Candy Muse surprised me the most. I think because to be able to be surprised, you have to know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
And I knew Candy long before the show. I was a big fan of hers before I even started doing drag. And I really looked up to the fact that she just had this like really like unapologetic, like I am who I am and I'm here.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm fierce and I'm gonna do me. And I love seeing that throughout the entire season. And I really feel like she blossomed and evolved into something that I know that she's really proud of, and I am really proud as her. She calls me her little sister. I live for that. She's so adorable.
Yes.
So yeah.
And you know, she is so real. I think like sometimes people can watch the show and judge you off of like the way in which like you interact in a competition that's so high stakes. But Candy is literally one of the sweetest people that I have ever met in my life, and like has always been just so open and loving, and like gives opportunities to so many people. So it's good to know that like y'all still have like a really cute connection, and like that she's like basically taking you into the family. That's so lovely.
Right.
Like, lovey.
Sis sent me home to learn a little bit more, right?
And then love on you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then love on me, honey.
And now we have $1 million question. Well, I mean, I guess it's not $1 million, it's $100,000 for somebody. But who do you think is going to win season 13?
Now,
that's a crazy question.
That is a wild question. You know, that's a difficult question, and I think it's actually like who do we think is going to win versus who we are rooting for. Those might be two different questions. Sometimes they have the same answer.
We'll answer both of them.
So
sometimes
I think,
they have to be you.
Right. I mean, because I was there in the room when it all happened, you know, just there seeing everyone grow and learn and in this competition. Spirit. Right. I would honestly be very happy with all 4 contestants that are in the top 4. Each and every one of them, I think, possess all of the components to be America's Next Drag Superstar. And have shown me so much love and support throughout the entire journey that I just would be really happy to see any of them. I personally would love to see Symone take the crown. She has been a sister throughout this entire journey for me that has been very inspiring for me personally. As a POC queen, as someone that is an active advocate and activist, I think Symone is a really great representation of America's Next Drag Superstar. I also believe that Mick would be a really great selection. I mean, trailblazer. But honestly, Jaida, any one of these girls could take home the crown. All of them are so...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody is so different, so it's like very hard to say who do you think will win because they'll all do something so different. And then for any of those different reasons they could win, you know? It's very weird. This is a very weird situation, but I'm excited about it. Now, before we head out and before we say goodbye to you, there was in Untucked, we saw that there was a very specific queen from the Midwest. We're getting very specific here. From the Midwest that possibly there would be a date in the cards for. Has there been a date? Is there something we can look forward to in the future? Can you tell us anything about that?
Can you tell us?
Can you tell the wandering nosy folk like myself?
What I can say. I grew really close with Utica, and like on and off camera, and she's a really great sister of mine. There hasn't been a date, but I'll throw in a yet. ...
A yet. Okay. Yes. I wonder where y'all would go to eat. I just would wonder that would be the most exciting, confusing date that you've ever had, but it would be...
Well, I anticipate getting picked up, to say the least.
Okay,
I want to get picked up, you know, a very nice
Utica might throw you, you might say that, and then get thrown over the shoulder and like carried.
A creative pickup.
Yes.
Utica's here!
Speaking of all of that good stuff, we were just talking about you, darling. How are you?
Oh my gosh, delightful. Just having a wonderful day and so beautiful to see your beautiful faces. What were you talking about?
We were talking
planning our date.
specifically about, yes, this incredible date. I assume that it will probably be the most interesting date that has ever happened in the universe. When can we expect this date to happen?
The thing about it is, like, I don't know if the universe is quite prepared for two of the most gorgeous smiles to be in the same room. Like, I feel like the moons are gonna align in such a way where it's gonna just like vibrate the walls, if you know what I mean.
Imagine the waitress just with the menu just excited, overly joyed.
Absolutely. I don't know. We'll see when the pandemic lifts. I would love.
Okay.
We could see.
Okay, vaccination date. Ooh.
Vax and chill. Vax and chill.
Vax and chill, T. Well, thank you so much, Olivia, for joining us. I love you so much. I'm very proud of you. I'm glad that you were able to make it as far as you have in the competition and doing it with a smile on your face and love in your heart. I love you, and we're still rooting for you in everything that you do. I love you.
Oh, I love you, sis. I'll see you. Bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
Hey, how are you?
So good. Come in here like full blazing. So
Full
good to see you.
blazing smiles, and then all of us just like, cheesy. The smile meter has broken. Tell us about what you're wearing today. You look amazing as always.
Yes, dressed in the night sky. I just got done fighting Spider-Man. Some like Venom chic. Let's see, I'm sparkles head to toe. And you know, there's that little meme going around that's like, I like to wear pretty dresses and I just want to be gorgeous and beautiful. This little girl who loves to wear dresses, and so I feel like I'm just sparkly to the nines
Sparkling
today.
and feeling gorgeous and wearing the dress.
Absolutely. What about you? Tell me about this look.
Well, thank you. This
You
is a
look
dress that
gorgeous.
I wore to compete. And this is old, something new. I thought the old thing today would be my face, and then I had to put this on. So, but I feel good, and I'm excited to be here. So that's all good.
Me too.
How have you been? How's your life been since the show first aired?
It's been so magical. I've been creating the best work I could possibly imagine. I've been like sharing my story and like just living it up. It's been so magical and an honor to be on Drag Race.
Yeah.
And it's just so, it's a dream come true. It really is. And I feel like I've grown as a human, as a performer. The work in my head is finally like coming into fruition with like what's happening on the outside, and it just it's really magical.
Being on the show and being featured is a dream, obviously, but then you also were featured by Vogue for your sleeping bag look. Like, what is that? Like, if there's no testament to fashion ever, you were in Vogue for a constructed garment on Drag Race. What was that like?
Oh, incredible. A dream come true. Like, I said that already. It really is a dream.
Yeah.
But it was magical. To have the work revered in that manner was just so crazy. Like, when I approached that challenge, I saw that fabric and I was like, oh, this fabric could be a really cool story. Just this like starlit under the night sky, like by a campfire. And it turned out so beautiful and cozy, and it really was just like a testament to the hard work I put into that challenge. And then to have it like shown up in Vogue.
Yeah.
Nuts. Like nuts. Like, I feel like that's something that a lot of like fashion designers, a lot of people who create the work for themselves, like strive for.
Yeah.
And to have that just as like a gift after Drag Race was really something that I'm really gonna hold dear, because it took a lot of work to get there. And I'm so happy that it got shown. It really is
Vogue,
amazing.
if you're listening, I also have a sleeping bag, and I would like to feature.
Yes.
Who surprised you the most?
Who surprised me the most?
Yeah.
Let's see. That is a good question. I feel like each and every queen just like brought so much amazing work, and I was each runway so surprised. Each like performance, I was like, wow, they really are bringing their A game.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, that's a tough question. I think out of everybody, who I was very surprised about was. Honestly, I think Tamisha I was the most surprised about. Tamisha has this way of just approaching the world with such class and such beauty and such grace. But what really surprised me about her and her work is that she's such a mom. She's so beautiful. She like is so caring and honest, and she tells you what she's thinking. I think when like someone who's so established in their art form comes in and they're showing their work at its height and then turns it in such like a doting way, that's what really surprised me. I was like, wow, someone who is so incredibly professional to be so good to us and so kind and so generous, that's what surprised me like about her. And
she
so
is very nurturing,
definitely.
I feel like. Extremely
so
nurturing. Yeah.
I didn't realize how big of a deal Tamisha Iman is. I like on the show, I hadn't heard of her and her just like her presence in the drag community. I didn't realize, and we became so tight on the show, and like I was like holding her hand, I had my face on her breastplate, and I was like, this is everything. And then after the show, I realized, I was like, I had my face in the breastplate of an icon.
Okay. Legendary breastplate.
Legendary.
Now, we are live on Twitter. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
I have to ask, what is your favorite meme of the season?
Ooh, my favorite meme of the season is definitely, so Utica, do you smoke weed? It's so good. I cannot even, literally, she cackled at me for a long time. The other girls were like, what's happening?
I would have literally been in the room so jealous, and I'm like, what is so funny?
Right?
It's so
and that was one
funny.
of the, it was crazy. And she just kept laughing at me. And that was probably like one of the biggest laughs of the season, like up to date. Like so far. And all the girls were like, because the girls like there's a competition to see who can make RuPaul laugh.
Yeah.
Like that's like one of the bars to set. And for me to get that without doing much of anything.
And you know what? This is the craziest
honestly,
thing.
so cool.
You got to have Ru set the bar for laughing this season. And then you also set the bar of setting Ru off this season. And that has turned into literally my favorite meme of the season.
That's such a good one too.
If y'all know, I am obsessed with that.
I got some good memes this season.
So thank you for that.
You are such a fashion icon from head to toe.
Stand up.
Could you stand up for us, please? Stand up. Oh my God. I love that it's such a slow burn too.
Yeah.
Like people that are within the know are like, oh my God. But then
like,
people who don't know.
Really? and yeah, very shady moves.
So
You are a shady bitch. Now, who do you think is going to win season 13?
Oh my goodness.
Major
Jaida,
question.
don't ask me this question. They're all okay. Each one of the top four is so deserving of the crown. Candy with her incredible humor and her just like power to get through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Just she's so incredible and she's so funny. I literally cackle.
Yeah.
And Rosé, she's such a powerhouse. She's so incredible and her work is just like top tier. Symone with her brilliant storytelling. I love her dearly.
Yeah.
And Gottmik, just incredible head to toe, and just an honor to be a part of the same season as Gottmik.
Yeah.
Really like groundbreaking. I think my personal, I don't know. For me, it's so tough. I would really love to see either Gottmik or Symone win this.
Okay.
I feel like their storytelling is so like important for like the times and what we need right now. that I don't know. It's honestly for me, it's a toss up. But I still think like Rose or Candy could definitely come in and snatch that too.
This 4 is a powerful 4. They're a force to be reckoned with. Ooh. And nobody wrote that for me, y'all. I made that one up. So if y'all gonna come after me, come after me. And come hard.
Trademark.
And use
Jaida
hashtag Drag Race. Now, before we go, you were a part of a great partnership with Symone during the Makeover Challenge, and it was incredible. So just tell us a little bit about like how was that for you?
Oh, it was incredible. It was incredible. I learned so much from her, and I think it really is a testament to individuals inviting each other into their art forms and really learning from each other and embodying who they are as people, as artists, and paying respect to their art styles and also the cultures that they come from. So I really feel like that episode was so important for the both of us to open our minds and open our hearts to each other, and also to share a little light on what's happening in the world as well. It really was a special moment, and I'm so happy we both got to share our sides of storytelling.
Yes. Oh, thank you. And I love that you love telling stories. I used to tell stories and I would get in trouble because I would tell my mama stories about why I was doing what I was doing in school and that kind of stuff. She didn't like storytelling, but I love storytelling.
That's right.
So I'm going to do the biggest favor for you because obviously I'm sure you would love to see her. I'm going to bring in your other half, Symone.
Look at my girls. What is going on up in here?
Hello.
Oh my God.
You're so beautiful.
First of all, you look stunning rocking Moschino.
Oh, honey, you know, just a little
Moschino.
something for the red carpet, my love. You know, just a little something.
Okay,
little
gee.
taste.
So good.
Okay, now, y'all had a sickening epic makeover. I think in the history of Drag Race, that is going to be one of the most unforgettable makeover challenges ever because it opened minds for not just each other for y'all to learn, but it also opened minds for like myself as a viewer and a lot of other people that like you can share your art with other people in the way that art does really open minds.
Absolutely.
How was it working with Utica for that?
It at first was very nerve-wracking because I was like,
Yeah.
girl, what we gonna do? This is because where we at? What's gonna happen now? But then you know what? The more we talked about it, and the more I was like, you know what? This is me. This is the challenge. And as long as she is embracing who I am, as you know, like as a person, like the Ebony Enchantress, not my skin color, but just the essence of me, it'll be fine. And then put a little gold tooth in there, put your little hair on there, girl, put some nails, jewelry.
Okay.
You know, it's gonna be just fine. So it was definitely.
Well, when am I getting my gold tooth?
Well, girl, I'll see.
I want a gold tooth.
You want to go too?
Okay, see.
I'll see you.
I want a gold tooth.
La, sweet too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Utica, and thank you also for the amazing that makeover challenge. Thank you for being a part of that and sharing that with all of us because y'all had turned that out for real.
you.
We love you so much.
Love
and
you,
keep
Utica.
your
Thanks,
ass
guys.
on, okay? Love you.
I love you guys so much. So good to see you, Symone,
good
and
to
thank
see
you,
you.
Jada.
Look at you. How are
Look at you. I am good.
You
How are
look
you
good.
doing?
I'm good. Dude, look, let me tell you this. Right now, you look like the only pink chocolate bar that we didn't know belonged in a pink wrapper.
Yes,
But
man.
now I'm like, where can I get one?
Get one.
You look so good.
Thank you so much.
You're rocking. You got your coin bag out and everything.
Wait,
today,
hold
all
on.
over.
Let me get you something else, baby. Let me show you something else.
Ooh, let's go to that.
Oh, you thought it was over. You thought it was over, didn't you, baby? Oh, no, no.
Okay.
Yes,
You
mama.
can store all sorts of things in there,
All sorts
including
of
corns. All right, now, it's been amazing you watching the show. I think that a lot of people, the only name that has been on people's mouths has been Symone, Symone.
You think
mama.
so? Is that true, y'all?
I think so. How are you? How are you feeling, and how's everything been going for you?
Oh my God, it has been amazing. It really has. I always say people, they're like, how do you feel? And I'm like, it's just so surreal to me. Like, honestly, you go into this and you just never know how people are gonna react to you. And the love that I have received from people that I would have never expected, even people in my family, I have no words. Especially just like, you always dream of going on the show and showing your art to people. and people have received it so beautifully, and I just feel so good. And then right now, I couldn't express the joy I feel, you know, just radiating off me.
And literally, like, I can see the radiation of the joy in you. Like, it's very apparent. It's like, you know, when your homegirl finally gets something, you be like,
yes. Be like, bitch, what was you doing last night?
I said nothing, working my way to get $100,000. Of all of your runways, which one was your favorite?
Oh, that's hard. They're all my babies. They're all pieces of me, all different facets of me. But the
different
one
sides too.
Different sides, yeah, and that was very conscious. The one that I always go back to is my do-rag, is the trains.
Yeah.
That one hits me because it is such a special place for me. It reminds me of home. It reminds me of my family, my cousins, my uncles, just like, and all those things that, you know, is associated with it, and just literally flipping it on its head. I always just go back to that. That's my favorite one.
And you know what, like, even when that look is like very, to me, it's like very like, oh my God, it's home. It reminds me like, and then even more about home, like the look gives me like this vibe of like that 2000s kind of vibe where you would have been wearing that look down the street when like when you did the good day.
Yeah.
And you were out on the porch with the video. That video turned it. And if y'all have not seen it, y'all need to check it out.
You need to go check it out
on that
IG.
porch, all I would expect it was that my cousin would have been in there in a jersey dress, drinking some Kool-Aid out of a jar.
That was it.
It was that whole vibe. We watched you struggle some on the show. You got in your head, which is like, Rue every season warns about this inner saboteur
every
thing.
time.
Like, how hard was it for you to do that? And what do you want to share with people in the audience that might not understand like that inside your head mindset?
I've always had that thing, and it held me back a lot when I was especially coming through. And I just want people to understand that, you know, it's something that I struggle with. It's still a struggle and something that I'm working on. And to see myself up there do that after having such beautiful moments, it was like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it taught me, and people ask me, do you regret anything? And I'm like, no, because I got to see myself spiral like that. And it taught me to like, why? The only person that was standing in your way was you this entire time. And so get out of your head. It's fine. You're you. Be you. That's all they're asking for.
Yeah.
And so it was, as much as I hated to see a girl, I was sitting there like, oh my God, like this. I had to have it, and I needed to see it. And so it taught me to just stay up out your head. Get up out your head and stay up out your head. Okay.
I think seeing that is like telling yourself like, now you see you be panicking for no reason.
For no reason.
You see what you're doing.
Yes.
Stop doing that. And
times.
going forward, you learn to like trust yourself. Soon as when you do something you kind of question it, you're like,
stop it. Just stop.
Lean out of this. You got this.
And the times I did that the most are the times I was on the top or I won. Yeah. Like it's just, it comes back to you when you're watching on TV. It's like, you did that 4+ times. What?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have done it this way? It's just so crazy. But, you know, we all have it. Mine's just a little bit stronger, but with Joe, it's just a little bit louder in my head sometimes.
Tell Buckwheat, sit down now.
Sit your ass down.
Sit down, Buckwheat. Sit your ass down.
Head it down.
Now, which queen of your cast were you most surprised by this season?
Surprised? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Surpresa. I think Rosé got me. She got me good. Because at first, and I told her this is no shade, girl. I told her many times. I didn't like Rosé. She was just another queen. I didn't care. Just another queen. But I think it literally changed for me on the branding challenge. I was like, here you are. Finally. You know what I mean? And so she surprised me. And then she just did this the entire time. So she got me good.
And I think it's crazy because both of y'all struggle with that like perfectionist thing too. So it's good that you see that in her, and it's like, it's funny that you see like the arc in her. And then also you had, although you've done well throughout the competition, you still also had that personal arc where it was like, stop it.
Yeah.
And come together the same way in which she did. So that's like really good that you noticed that in her, because it's like the same thing you kind of noticed in yourself too.
It was a mirror. It truly was. I think that's why it was just like such a mirror, being like, this bitch can do it. What are you doing? Like, like why?
Yeah.
Why? And so when I said in the lip sync, never again, that's what I meant, because I was like, this feeling twice. No, ma'am. I'm out. I'm done. So
yeah.
I'm out. I'm done.
Okay. and of all of what's happened on the season, and there was a lot that happened on the season, a lot of that turned into memes. Which moment, yours or any other moment, has been your favorite memeable moment from season 13?
Oh, honey, is your blood sugar low?
Sugar low.
Lip all the way to the side.
And wait, this is the thing that took me out. Last night, I was like, it randomly, as always, ran through my mind. And I just tweeted, is your sugar low? Right? And people went, they put star, is your blood sugar low? I said, now maybe this is just a black thing, but I'm like, I love that you said blood sugar, so they understood what you meant. But when we say sugar, you know what we're talking about.
You know what we're talking about.
We already know what sugar you're talking about, baby. We're not talking about we know exactly what sugar it was, baby. So
we ain't talking about the one in the jar in the kitchen, babe.
Not that one. Not the one that's all clumpy. It's all clumpy and all. You gotta break up with an ice pick. Yeah, the one in your blood, baby. But that was like a moment, and like people are always talking about that.
Yes.
And tweeting that. I want y'all right now, since we are live, I want y'all to go ahead and just go right at this moment. Is your blood sugar low? Hashtag Symone and hashtag Drag Race.
Yes,
okay?
I would like to see it.
We're gonna see if we can make this go crazy.
I would like to see it right now.
Now, while you worried about that, while they're doing that,
yes,
we have something very more important to worry about.
Oh my God.
The $100,000 question.
Yes.
Why do you think you are America's Next Drag Superstar?
Oh my God. I think that on this show, I've shown so many different facets of myself, that I'm capable of doing so much, not just one thing, not just looking pretty. I have a voice, and I have a point of view, and I have, a heart. But also, I think I'm someone to look up to, I'm from Conway, Arkansas. I am from the South. We call it the belt buckle where I'm from. But, people don't be thinking about Arkansas like that. And I got myself out, and I built myself up, and I said, I am going to make something of myself. And I think people need to see that. And I think people can relate to that. And, not just in the South, but anywhere around the world, anywhere in those little pockets of the world, whether you're queer or you're black or whatever it is that you feel like it is that's holding you back, don't let it. And that, I lived my dream. This is one part of my dream. I got to go on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I got to meet RuPaul, and I got to show my art. So I just think...
And even if that thing that's holding you back is you.
Is you. Yes. Even if it's you, conquer that, because, the world is yours. You just have to want it, and you just have to see it for yourself, and you just have to go for it. So I think that's why I'm America's Next Drag Superstar.
And you jumped out and claimed it too.
I did. I said, this is
no
mine.
Matter. and just so you know, I just want you to know, like, no matter what happens, because y'all, look, let me tell you this. Before I even made Drag Race, me and Symone had already been following each other. And y'all, this is literally before, like, mainly, I only really knew a lot of local queens. So I had not even known Gigi at this point, but I was definitely already following Symone, like,
because I remember when you got announced, I was like, oh, this bitch is on. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, because I remember I followed you. I was like, she's pretty. And like I always loved your drag, so.
And then what would be the odds if we both win Drag Race back to back?
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy. We're going to have to go down to Conway, Arkansas and go fight somebody.
And
maybe. I don't know what we're going to do, but we... Now we are at the final question. This is like, it's not that hard of a question, because I mean the work is already put in, and we will just see what happens tonight at 8 only on VH1. But what can all of the people out there in the world that love you, the people who might not love you, anybody that will be watching this finale tonight, what can they expect from you without giving away too much?
Oh my God, they can expect grunge, drama, fashion, And many, many surprises that y'all didn't think I was, because y'all didn't know until you knew, did you? You didn't know until you knew, did you?
And look, and as she told y'all ass before, don't let the smooth takes fool you, baby, okay?
Don't do it.
She's ready to storm this finale. And like I've been telling everybody, it's so weird which is the way that I love Drag Race, because I just like to watch the show and I always think that even if I have a fan favorite or somebody I like the most, I just love to see everybody compete at the finale and then know that whoever does the best job that night, the opportunity is equal for everybody to change their lives.
And this is a sickening top 4, so I gotta bring it.
Y'all have made it hard
Yeah.
to guess who will win. And I know that y'all are going to do nothing but amazing things. I know that you are going to do nothing but amazing things. And I'm so excited for you. And again, good luck tonight in the finale.
Thank you, my love.
Knock it out the park. And when you're done with that whole look, you can probably maybe pass it my way.
All right, I'll go get you some.
Step out and collect a little coin in my titties. You know what I mean?
Yes, baby. Just here you go. The dollars go here, baby.
She said instead of going in, they go over. This time. I love you and congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much, Queen.
Bye, babe.
Bye, baby.
All right, y'all, and that is a wrap on season 13. Thank you so much for joining me from the Ace Hotel right here in downtown Los Angeles. And don't forget to tune in to the grand finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13 only on VH1 tonight at 8 p.m. Now, the season featured a lot of amazing queens, a lot of them iconic. We will never forget all of them. They are in our hearts forever. Now, tonight one of them will be the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, and I want to know who you are rooting for. Sound off right now on Twitter with the hashtag Drag Race of your favorite contestant who you think will take the crown. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love y'all so much. Thank you for an amazing year, an amazing light, and a lot of love and light energy. I love you so much, and I look forward to joining y'all later as we watch RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, the grand finale, tonight on VH1. Love you. Bye.